Hello, and welcome to
Take two.
All right, take two. All right. Welcome to Sunday Morning Tailgate, Week 12 on Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I am the host, Big B. I'm joined by, like usual, my man down there wearing his cowboy hat backwards because they're about ready to start backtracking here. My man, Crispy Bacon, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing good. I don't know if they're going to backtrack, but hopefully not.
Yeah,
Getting
hopefully
down
not for
to the
you. I
season.
mean, you guys need
Yeah,
something. Haven't had nothing since '95, so. And
that
then
is true.
over there, he's the man. He roots for the Patriots. My man Loro, how you doing?
Doing well. Hope everybody here had a wonderful Thanksgiving with your loved ones, and hope you guys enjoyed some really good turkey games on Thursday for football, and we're gonna dive deep into that today, folks.
Yeah, my turkey day was good. I spent it at work and caught some of the games when I could. Before we get going, though, I just want to promote the book one more time. Race Against Race is Bo D. Sanders' book. You can see him on Wednesdays with Joanne on the Bo and Joe show, and he plans on taking it. I believe he's taking the book on tour this next year. So check it out. Buy the book. So far, I give it an A+. So in my region, guys, if you know me, I don't read too many books. So, but with that being said, yeah, let's talk a little bit about the Thursday games. Chris, anything? I know kind of a little disappointed there, but outside the Cowboys loss, anything that kind of stood out to you in any of the games?
Detroit still can't win a game, sadly. Their head coach was the last last player, I guess you would say, to be on that 08 winless season.
Yep.
The last time the Lions were winless. It was kind of equal penalties in the Dallas game, but I think a couple of them could have been called back. But I mean, overall, it was a good game, and Buffalo still, looking good.
Okay. So, Laura, what did you take from any of the Thursday games?
One of my takeaways from the Thursday game was that I thought that the Lions almost won. I thought they had it, but they just came very, very close. And for the Cowboys and Rams, Cowboys almost had it, but they were close too. But the Bills just handled the Saints easily.
Yeah, I mean, what can we say, about Detroit? I mean, 10-1 now. Even though I still think they're better than that, I mean, this year, just not getting the breaks, just not getting that bounce called, whatever. Luck is, if they didn't have bad luck, they probably wouldn't have any luck right now. So, outside of that, I think I heard this is the first time that all three road teams have won since 08 or 06 or something like that. So typically I'm kind of surprised Dallas didn't pull it out, but
it was a good game. It was in overtime.
Yeah. Of course, always an overtime game is always a good one to have. So, but with that being said, guys, why don't we kick off what we're going to talk about today? So, let me just pull up the schedule here. So, the first game, we'll go Buccaneers Colts, which is also one of our pick'em games. So, Loro, give us a little breakdown on that game.
This will be Tom Brady's kind of revenge game in Indianapolis. Obviously the Colts accused him of Deflategate during his tenure with the New England Patriots, but at the same time, I'm going to pick the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win this game, and I say that because I think Tom Brady's is going to quiet the Colts fans, and as our viewer Tim Hendricks says who he wants, he knows that he's going for his team to win.
Yeah, that's kind of what it's like. I mean, I'm going with the Colts too. I mean, they kind of are just um, riding the hot hand right now, and they got a nice running back. So I think it's going to be a good game. So, and Chris, what about you?
It's kind of like when with Tom Brady when he was with the Patriots. You just know you're going to pick his team to win, and I feel like Tampa Bay is going to be that team to pull out a victory against the Colts. I mean, the Colts have been riding a good little streak, winning some key games, and unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen. I want it to happen, but Brady's in Tampa Bay, so he's really good. I'm picking Tampa.
Yeah, I mean, you can't doubt Brady. Don't get me wrong. I'd probably pick the Bucks if they were at home, but I think that home crowd's gonna keep it going. So moving on, a game that I know we really don't need to talk too much about because the teams are going nowhere. Jets and Texans. Chris, what do you take in that game?
Oh, it's kind of hard to pick between these two, but I believe I'm going with who. I mean, you got Wilson coming back, for New York. I think Tyrod's back with Houston.
Yeah.
I'm going with Houston. I feel like Tyrod Taylor's your better quarterback in this matchup.
All right, Loro, how about you?
What's the game again?
Jets and Texans.
I'm going with Houston. I mean, Tyrod Taylor is pretty much the better quarterback. Zach Wilson still has a lot to learn, but I think that Zach Wilson will continue to grow and develop into a franchise quarterback when he gets healthy.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think Houston, I mean, even though they're, a dumpster fire per se, they're probably not as on fire as the Jets. So I got to go Texans too. So now we're moving on to Eagles Giants. I know Chris can't wait for to break down this game. So Loro, Eagles Giants, what do you got there?
I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles. I really think that Jalen Hurts is showing that he's the real deal, and I think that he's going to continue to grow and develop into a franchise quarterback for the Eagles.
All right, Chris. I know it's going to break your heart. Who you taking and what you picking?
I'm taking and picking the Giants because I feel like it's going to be it's 1-2 between the Eagles and the Cowboys, and I know we got a little bit of a lead, the Cowboys do, over the Eagles, and I want that to continue. And I want to see what's going to happen with the New York Giants without Garrett. So this will be the first true test.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked there to hear Garrett, step away or got let go. However, I'm going with the Eagles. I'm with Loro. I think Hurts is finally coming into his own, learning the game. But I can see this one being a close game. But yeah, I gotta go with the Eagles. Panthers versus the Dolphins. Chris, what are you thinking in that game?
These two teams have been up and down this year. We all know Cam Newton's back. He said it himself.
Oh, he's back. He said it.
Yeah. And Tua's kind of improving a little bit. I'm going with Carolina, though.
All right. Lowro, how about you? I know you're a Tua guy.
I'm going with the Miami Dolphins. I think that Tua Tagovailoa is going to have a big game, and I think that he's going to make sure that the Dolphins are hot at the right time.
Yeah, I got to, like Chris said, I mean, both teams have kind of been up, down, battling injuries, kind of hanging around, like that little pesky little brother just kind of hangs around and kind of annoys you. I'm going with the Dolphins. They're home. They got Tua. They got, they're coming around. I mean, Panthers are too, but, I think Cam's still trying to figure things out back at home with Carolina. So, and our man Tim's chiming in. Welcome, bud. Texans, Eagles, Panthers are his last 3 picks outside of the Colts. So moving on, Loro, I'll give you the floor. Titans versus your Patriots.
I think this without Derrick Henry, without AJ Brown, without Julio Jones, the Patriots defense should be able to take advantage of the Tennessee offense. So give me the Patriots 31-10.
Ooh, even throwing out a score there. All right, Chris, how about you?
Oh, Tennessee, they just released Peterson, and I'm not sure if, and then AJ Brown's hurt. And I think they're
I
going to go.
thought I saw AJ Brown went to the IR.
Okay.
It might have been another Brown, but
maybe. I'm going with the Patriots. I mean, the Titans' domination here is kind of over.
One thing with this game is, I mean, I'm going with the Patriots too, but it's one of those games where it would not shock me if Titans came out and played Titan football and beat them. But
I wouldn't be surprised.
With that being said, I mean, Loro talked about the games that were, or the people that were out in this game for Titans. So my money would be on the Patriots. Patriots right now rolling 5-6 in a row, something like that. So give me the Patriots. Another game, not really nothing to really say, but Falcons versus Jags. Chris, what do you got of that one?
I'm going with the Falcons. I don't think Jaguars aren't going anywhere.
Yeah, I think we finally heard the last of Isaiah saying the Jags are going to make a run. So, Laura, how about you? Falcons versus the Jags.
I am going to go with the Atlanta Falcons to win this game. And I say that, I mean, they got blown out these last 2 games, and I really think that they could really find a way to win. But if the Jags win, I would not be shocked.
Yeah. After what I saw last week with Atlanta, 3 quarterbacks, 4 interceptions, not that I have confidence and not that I would put money on this game, but I would think the Jags should get this win in a close one. So I'm going with the Jags along with Tim. But like Lowell said, it could probably go either way. Chargers versus the Broncos there, Lowell. What do you got in that game?
I'm going with the LA Chargers. I think that Brandon Staley and Vic Fangio are going to go head to head. They're going to play chess, but I really think that we're going to see a really good football game between those two.
Yeah, definitely coming into these later games, there's a chance for some great football action. I'm going with the Chargers. Herbert, I think he's the real deal. If it wasn't for an injury, we probably wouldn't know who this guy is right now. So, but Chris, what do you take?
Yeah, I'm picking the Chargers. Herbert's been really good, and I think he's going to continue his winning ways and maybe get this Chargers team to a playoff.
All right. And then before we get into our other 3 pick'em games, since we already did one, Vikings go to San Francisco. For me, Vikings are kind of, they've been up and down, but they've been more steady lately. Got a good offense, got a kicking game finally. I'm taking the Vikings. Normally, I'm scared to take a road team or the Vikings on the road, but for something, not saying I'm starting to believe in them, but they're getting it going. They're getting healthy on defense. The Niners, kind of are up in the air on who they're going to play at quarterback some days. So I'll take the Vikings. I think I'm not going to say they're going to roll because they're never do, but this will probably be another game that comes down to the final drive or something. So, Chris, what do you got in the Vikings-Niners game?
The Vikings, and it's kind of like what we mentioned earlier. It's, with the Carolina game, it's up and down with these 2 teams, both with the same record. I mean, they're in different divisions, but I'm picking the home team Niners.
All right. Laurel, how about you?
I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers. I just think that I believe in Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, Kirk Cousins is good, but I just think that the Niners are probably want this more.
Well, you guys can't be right all the time. So, I mean, you guys taking the Niners, No, I'm just kidding. It's gonna be a good game. I think this one could go either way. So, we already covered the Bucks Colts game, which was going to be one of our pick'em games. Now we're going to go to Rams and Packers. Loro, what do you take in the Rams and Packers game?
I'm going with the LA Rams. I think Matthew Stafford is going to have a really big game, and I just don't think the Rams are going to lose 3 in a row.
Chris?
I'm going with the Packers. Anytime you have Rodgers on the field, for your team, why not?
Yeah, before you got on, Chris, me and Laura were talking a little bit, and it kind of scares me. I'm picking the Rams, but it sounds like Stafford's kind of, going to play, but it sounds like he's pretty banged up. So you got 2 banged up quarterbacks that if they go down, their team's totally different. So, but I'm going to go with the Rams. I know it's probably going to be cold, in Lambeau Field like it normally is. So. But and then Tim's right then. He's going with the Rams, and then the broken toe scares him. He must be talking about Rodgers, which we'll get into a little bit later. Kind of brought it up before you got on, Chris. So, the Sunday night game, Browns versus the Ravens. Chris, what do you take in that game?
The Ravens have Lamar Jackson back, and that's who I'm going with. Baker Mayfield's injured right now, and I don't trust that. Right now.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going with the Ravens. Lamar's back. Browns are kind of hit or miss right now. Don't got that solid running game. Mayfield's hurt. So, Loro, what do you got?
I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens. I just don't see the Browns winning this game in particular. I mean, Baker Mayfield looks banged up, not 100%. So don't expect Cleveland to get this win, but I think Cleveland will keep up in this game. But I just think Baltimore will eke out a win.
Yeah, no kidding. So Tim is reporting Chubb is back. Yep. So we'll see how that running game goes. It might make a difference. So the Monday night game, Seattle Seahawks versus the Washington football team. Loro.
I'm going with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. They really need this one badly.
All right, Chris, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm going with Washington on this one. I feel like Seattle's a good team, but maybe Washington can pull something out. I don't know.
Yeah, for me, I kind of debated a little bit about this game back and forth. I gotta go with Washington. I just, I don't know what the locker room feels with Seattle and, Washington being at home. Heineke's showing that he can play some major football here. So I'll take Washington. Probably another close game. So with that being said, let's get into some of our big topics here. Chris, what you got for the history lesson today?
I found 2 things, and it kind of interesting, just because, the date, this is on. Let's see. Back in 1955, 56, there's an NFL draft. Gary Gillick from the University of Colorado, and was the first pick by the Steelers. And then in 64, 65 NFL draft, Tucker Fredericks from Auburn was the first pick by the Giants.
Okay.
So it's kind of unusual to see the draft in.
I think if you dive in more into that, I believe the NFL did have 2 drafts. One at the beginning of the year and then one like a mid-season draft. So, well, that's good to find. I mean, So all right. One of my favorite topics here. Kind of put Loro on the hot seat here. So I kind of think I know where he's going to go with this, and I think he would be right with because I think he is the odds-on favorite right now. But Loro, mid-season ish, who's your rookie of the year?
My offensive rookie of the year, I'm going with Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones has really had a phenomenal season throwing the football, and I think that his confidence continues to grow each and every week from what I've seen out of him. And although Trevor Lawrence was the odds-on favorite to win the award, Mac Jones has really exceeded a lot of expectations. And I really think that as a rookie quarterback, he could win a Super Bowl in his first year in the league, which I think I could see that happen. And I think it's going to depend on these next few weeks of the season. After that Bills game in Week 13, and then that bye week, Week 14 that the Patriots have, I think that the Patriots are going to have a really good stretch run come Week 15 and Week 16, Week 17, Week 18. I think the Patriots will find a way to win the AFC East with the schedule, with the remaining games that the Patriots have. And on defense, I got to give it to Micah Parsons of the Dallas Cowboys. He's really had a phenomenal rookie season. And I think he's really taken over the leadership role that Sean Lee filled the void left by Sean Lee. So that's where I'm going with rookies of the year right now.
Honestly, I can't disagree with you at all. Tim's chiming in. He says without a doubt it's Jones. I think Chase might have a little bit to say in that, but right now, yeah, if it's not Jones, I don't know who else. I mean, outside Chase possibly. But Chris, what do you think? Any disagreements there, or do you like somebody else? Or
no disagreements. I like those picks.
yeah. We might have to check it out. Loro brought up a good point. Rookie quarterback going to the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't know last time it's happened, or even if it has happened. I mean, I could be wrong. It probably has. So, yeah, Chris, if you could look it up quick, let us know, or Tim, or some of our other viewers. For me, yeah, I have no disagreements there. So. We'll give Chris a second to look it up. We'll jump to our next topic. My big baller, we kind of know how I do with this, and I'm probably going to jinx whoever I pick, but I don't care. Kind of thinking about it. I'm going to go. I might just throw my pick out the door here, because I know Isaiah's going to be happy with this one. I'm going to go with Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. What's that, Chris?
0 quarterbacks have in NFL history. No rookie quarterbacks have ever made a Super Bowl. In fact, no rookie quarterbacks have ever made the Super Bowl. So neither won or been into it.
Okay. All right. So Mac Jones has got some pressure put on him if he wants to do that. So that's good. But anyway, back to my baller. I'm going to go with Kirk Cousins because I think they're going to need to have another big game for the Vikings to win. So I might have just jinxed the Vikings. So Isaiah's probably just rolling in his on his chair right now as he's heading to the game himself later today. So, all right. So now we're going to go back up to a topic here. It was kind of brought up in a group chat that we have with MI6. Loro, I don't know if you saw it. Rumors, NFL wants to expand. We all know they do. The question was how much. I think somebody said they before 2030 or somewhere around there, they want to expand to 40 teams. So we're going to stop messing around. Is it time for the NFL to expand?
No.
So, Loro, I'll give you the floor first. All right.
Like I said no. I just don't think that they should expand. They would do it because of money, because, billionaire owners want money, that. More money for the NFL and for revenue. But I just want to leave it the way it is. It's way too many teams.
Chris, how about you?
As a football fan, sure, you want as many teams as you can. More football, more ways to watch, more games to go to, more teams to hate or more teams to be a fan of. But with the logistics and the money situation, I don't know if it's a good idea, especially right now with the whole COVID situation. But then you're gonna have to increase the salary cap or do something with that. So there's a lot of things that go along with it, and I don't know if the NFL wants to do that.
Yeah, I'm on the fence a little bit, because we know they want to expand over in London. That's one of their big goals. And then I think Mexico City is another one, or up in Canada. So they're pushing for at least a team or two to expand. I mean, if you expand one, you almost have to have two teams, to make it even. Going to 40, I think we're right. I think, that's way too many. Tim's chimed in and said way too many. For me, yeah, I think it's too much, but I think we're gonna get an expansion here soon to at least two teams. If they want teams in different markets, let's move some of the teams that aren't drawing. Tim's chimed in. Jacksonville can't even fill their stadium. Let's move them. What about moving the Jets or the Giants out of New York? I mean, you got two teams sharing the same stadium. Let's move them. This was all brought up because somebody in our chat put in that Oakland was buying to get into the expansion and bring an NFL team back to Oakland. To me, why would you go back to Oakland when you've already failed, 2-3 times with the Raiders and whoever else?
Yeah.
Let's get some different markets in here.
Well, and there's
go ahead, Chris.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's talks of San Antonio for when Katrina happened, they're gonna have something here in San Antonio. Raiders, Bills were kind of in talks of San Antonio.
Vikings there for a little bit was talked to go to San Antonio when Red McCombs owned them. So, I mean, Dallas. I mean, yeah, Dallas is huge. I mean, they're football capital of the world. If you talk to some people, why not put another team there? San Antonio would be perfect, Chris. I mean, you love football. Wouldn't you like to have another, team?
Like team number 3.
Yeah, exactly. To me, I mean, if you're gonna expand or move teams around, let's put them in markets. Let's try markets that haven't had teams. Like Bama. Why not put a team next to there? I mean, they're a great college town. Let's see what they can do in the pro world. I mean, we talked about this on Wednesday Sports Minute. There was an American Football League was starting back. It was starting back up. They got teams. 8 teams. But I mean, Loro, to your point, yeah, I think 32 teams. I think we're at the perfect number, but I just have a feeling we're gonna see an expansion to at least 2 more teams. Tim's chiming in. Memphis, Toronto, OKC. Yeah.
I don't know about Memphis because you already got the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, that is true. But OKC, yeah, why not Oklahoma?
Yeah.
I know there's another state. I mean, I know a lot of people are like, well, what about Iowa? Iowa's a good college town. There ain't much to do in Iowa.
Toronto could work because they got the CFL.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So definitely, I think we're on the verge of getting at least a team or 2 expansion wise, because I know they're pushing London really hard, but we'll see where it goes. But I'm happy with 32. 40, I think, is kind of pushing it some, but
you have to make a separate
money drives the world right now, and like Chris said, the more teams, the more fun you're going to have, the more games you're going to watch. But I think we're good at 32.
Yeah.
So let's get back to a story that me and Lowell were talking about earlier. Matthew Stafford sounds like he's battling some major aches and pains, back, arm, but it sounds like he's going to play today. So, Chris, Matthew Stafford, if he doesn't play, how big of a blow is that for the Rams?
Ooh, I don't know because I'm not sure who really their backup is in LA, but I know Stafford's a tough player, and you know they showed his rookie year he got like a shoulder injury, and they're like,
Yeah.
you need to get off the field. You need to get off the field. It's like I'm playing.
Well,
And
did they take him off the field and then there was like a timeout and then
yeah, he's
he
like,
comes
I'm
in, he's
going
like, I
back
can throw
in.
the ball if you know.
Yeah, so he's a tough player. We know that. I
Yeah.
think he's gonna play if it's possible.
Yeah.
If he's lost, yeah, it's gonna be a big hole to fill.
Loro, how about you? What's how big of a blow could this be if Stafford is battling injuries and might miss some time?
Oh,
All right.
I think we lost him.
Yeah, Loro's internet kicked out and said no, we're not
Nope.
talking that. But anyway, so hopefully Loro comes back. John Warfold is the backup for the Rams. So
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
know how he's gonna do. Never seen
yeah,
him play.
exactly.
So
Tim, you could have said you were the backup for the Rams, and I probably would have believed you. I don't know, but I think if this game was any other game than a game that mattered in the playoff, I think Stafford sits. As much as athletes want to play, you got to pick a time when you're going to sit and not sit.
yeah,
But like you said, Chris, we've seen Stafford before. Yeah, rookie year to now, your body's a little bit different. You're feeling different, but outside of that, that clip where Stafford gets knocked out, barely holding his
that's
shoulder up, and then has some kind of miraculous recovery, comes in, throws a winning touchdown, and then almost cries again, and it keels over because his pain is so much. I mean, it shows you how much of an athlete this guy is. So, as long as he stays upright, the Rams have a chance. So, yes, Tim, we grew up together. I know what your arm looks like. So, just like mine. So, but how about you, Chris? Dallas talking about might put Zeke on the bench. So,
I'm
what do you
okay with
think?
that. I'm okay with that right now. You're getting down to the end of the season. Uh, you're still in that push to make the playoffs. You're kind of there. It's just a matter of seeding basically, and
Yeah,
trying not to get bumped out. But if you are making the playoffs, you want to rest as many players as you can, but you want to play them as well. So you're trying to balance that fine line. I think it's a smart move.
yeah. I think anytime you can, rest a guy, or let him still play, but I guess load management as they do in the NBA.
Yeah.
I guess it's okay, especially in football. Get them out there, get them a few reps, but let them sit. But they got we talked about this last night, Chris, on Sportsman with Ace. They got some questions they got to be answered this offseason with some of these players that they got. You got Pollard coming up out of contract. You got CD Lamb. You got the guys you've already signed. So they're going to be got some questions to answer. And I know the ego that Jerry Jones has that he's going to want everybody, and he can't have everybody. So they got the defense stepping up. They got the offense. So
Yeah.
Chris, you got to be kind of worried that a couple of years this team might look totally different.
It will, and I'm
Know,
sure one person that might could
with
accept a pay cut would probably be Dak. I feel like he's
Danucci.
no. I don't know if he's going to be on any practice squads or on any rosters anytime.
Yeah, but you said Dak might be the one willing to cut the.
I think so. I mean, yeah, he
Okay.
wanted the money, and he deserves the money from what we see. But
Yeah.
I think he's all about team oriented first.
Okay.
That's just what I see.
Yeah. Well, and that would be taking a play out of Tom Brady and Peyton Manning's playbook. Yeah, you got all the money tied up in me. Oh, we need a receiver. Okay, let's restructure my contract. Oh, we need to sign this running back. Okay, let's restructure my contract.
Well,
So it's something that.
Tony Romo and Witten did it for years in Dallas.
Yep.
They restructured their contracts.
Yeah. So, but like Ace said, I don't think Zeke would be that one guy that would be like, hey, you know what? I'm not playing as much, but we'll see what happens. And there's our man Loro coming back on. A little technical difficulties. So how you doing, Loro? You back?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry for the technical difficulties, folks.
No, it happens. It's the technology. Gotta love it. So we're talking about the Cowboys rumored to be putting Zeke on the bench here next week. To give him some health. What do you think? What did you think of the Cowboys putting Zeke on the bench?
You there, Loro?
I don't know if he's hearing us. So, Loro, you there?
Yes, I'm there.
All right. What about your thoughts on Zeke possibly sitting the bench next week for the Cowboys to get healthy?
That's a good idea. I mean, if you're not – the Saints are a streaky team, so you wouldn't want to risk him not playing in that game.
Okay. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's what we're saying. Tim's chiming in. He said put him on a pitch count. Yeah, I say just give him some snaps. Give him some carries. So here's a topic that I heard on Sport Talk Radio the other night coming home. The way the playoffs are sitting right now with the teams that are in, which team, if their starting quarterback went down, what team would you guys think would have a good shot of winning or getting to the Super Bowl? Let's not even just say winning. So the teams that are in the playoffs right now, you got in the AFC, Tennessee, Baltimore, Buffalo, KC, the Patriots, the Bengals, Chargers, Pittsburgh. In the AFC, you got the Cardinals, the Packers, the Bucks, the Cowboys, Rams, Minnesota, San Fran, and Philly. So if their starting quarterback went down, whose backup do you think could lead them to the playoffs, Chris?
I think we kind of already saw already in both AFC and NFC. AFC, I'd have to give it to the Ravens.
Okay.
And then the NFC, you talked about it before, BB, the Cardinals. I mean, they're the only two teams I see or I saw this year that, when their starting quarterback went down, their backup stepped up and they won them the games. And with the Cardinals, they did it twice in 3 games. Yep. So I think they're the biggest, success of those two teams. So.
Nope, I got you on that one. Loro, how about you with the playoff teams? If their starting quarterback went down, what teams could you see stepping up with the backup and go to the playoffs?
I could see maybe the Browns. Case Keenum has had playoff experience, and I think that Case Keenum is a really good, serviceable backup. He's not really a long-term starter by all many means.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. They're on the fringe of getting in, but I'm with Chris. You got the Cardinals, you got the Ravens. Definitely. I mean, I couldn't even probably tell you another backup in the league besides Jordan Love, right now. I mean, I couldn't even tell you Minnesota's backup, But, I like the Cardinals. I like the Ravens if it came down to their backups playing. So let's get into so there's a source out there that broke today that the Odell Beckham Packers rumored deal, when he was a free agent, got nixed because of a lowball offer that the Packers offered him. Now, it is what it is. I mean, take the money, take not the money, whatever. Do you think Odell, the Packers might have made the right decision, kind of lowballed him, not to have him on his team? What do you think, Chris?
I think so. I mean, the Packers saw what they needed to see when he was in New York and when he was with Cleveland, his career kind of digressed, and um, I think they just didn't see him as a good fit. So yeah, I could see that.
What about you, Loro? Do you think Packers kind of did it really not want him, or do you think they were trying to test him and see if he would sign?
Oh, I think Aaron
Odell,
Rodgers.
it was Odell Beckham when he was a free agent. They said a source said that the Packers lowballed him, and that's why Odell didn't go there. What do you think?
I think that. I think that Odell Beckham Jr. is gonna fit right in with the Rams.
Yeah, yeah. I think the Packers didn't need him, so that's one where I mean, if they would have signed him for the low money, then I mean, I think it would have been okay there. I think it would give Rodgers a star receiver, but Packers did. Packers didn't need him. I think there was the right offer to kind of come under the radar a little bit. So yeah,
Well, I
like
don't
Tim
know
said,
if the Rams
they're just
really need
testing
him.
the water. I mean, they were just out
Yeah.
there fishing, and if he came in for the low offer, then more power to him. But I don't think they really wanted him. So and then again in our chat, I think it was Adam Ace, as we know, brought up the fact that at the beginning of the year, Seattle offered 3 first-round picks, Khalil Mack, and I forgot the other couple pieces for Russell Wilson. So now we're going to turn into GMs for Seattle. You get that phone call. Are you taking it? Loro, are you taking that deal from the Bears? 3 first-rounders, Khalil Mack, and another star piece for Russell Wilson.
No, I'm not, because I think that you got to build around Justin Fields.
Well, no, if you're Seattle. I'm saying if you're Seattle, before the draft, they offered the Bears offered Seattle 3 first-rounders and Khalil Mack for Russell Wilson. So if you're Seattle, are you taking the deal?
No.
No? Okay. Chris, how about you? Are you taking the deal if you're Seattle?
I don't think so. I mean, it's a tough call, but I probably wouldn't know.
Maybe I'm in the majority here. I mean, Tim said yes. I'm taking the deal. I mean, yeah, you're kind of admitting that 2021, 2022 are going to be rebuilding years. But Russell Wilson's also getting up there, and if somebody's going to throw me, 3 first-rounders, Khalil Mack, which, again, he's getting up there in age, and another defensive piece, it would be hard to say no to. I definitely would think about it. Now, if it's Seattle calling the Bears offer or wanting that offer, then there's no doubt the Bears are going to shut it down. They're going to say no. But if the Bears are calling me and I'm Seattle, yeah, I got to think about it, take it. You got 3 first-round picks. I think, you go into this draft, you bundle up a couple of those picks, you move up to before San Fran picks, you take Trey Lance, you got your quarterback of the future, and you start rebuilding. So, but Tim chimes in, but you're rebuilding your defense with Mack and 3 first-rounders. Yeah, exactly. Defense wins games. You could have went a couple different ways with that. So, I think the Bears were kind of on something when they offered that, and I think the Seattle's also were on something when they didn't accept that offer. So, it's mind-boggling that people are offering that. I mean, Houston wants what 3 or 4 first-round picks for Watson, and they're sticking strong to that. So, I don't know what Seattle's thinking. So, Tim's also chiming in. You use the first to take Fields or one of those. Yeah, exactly. You move up. You get one of the. You talk to the Jags. Maybe you land Lawrence, or maybe you get up there and get Trey Lance. So But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what Seattle's thinking. Don't know what the Bears are thinking. But you know, so let's look at who's in, who's out. I see reports that Barkley's going to be active for the Eagles. Chris, do you think that helps them, hurts them? Or you picked the Giants, so I guess you
Yeah,
would say it would help them.
I would think it helps
Yeah,
him.
I
Although
don't know.
he's not like he was, so I don't know.
Yeah. So Loro, you think Barkley being active against the Eagles is going to help their chances at all, or you still thinking it's going to be an Eagles game?
I think it probably will be the Eagles game.
Yeah. And then it's looking like the Packers are going to have a game time decision on their running back Jones. Not that the Packers use their run game much, but that might hurt them a little bit. What do you think, Chris?
I don't know if it'll hurt him, but it's a tough call, I think.
I mean it's a weapon, so Tim actually, you trade two to Jacksonville. He's talking about Seattle. So let's talk about the draft upcoming a little bit now that we're on it. Jacksonville and Detroit vying for the first overall pick, kind of. Now you're Jacksonville Jets. You both just drafted quarterbacks this year. You get in the top three. What do you do, Chris? If you're Jacksonville or the Jets, you're back in the top three. What do you do? Do you go for another quarterback? You trade it? Go defense? What do you do?
It depends on your stats, but if your offense isn't that good, yeah, you might want to go quarterback, but it just depends on what your numbers are, I think, in how overall you played.
Yeah, exactly. Low roll. If you're Jacksonville or the Jets back in the top three in this upcoming draft, you've already drafted quarterbacks. Do you draft quarterback again and kind of rebuild, or what do you do with your first pick if you're Jacksonville or the Jets?
I think if you're Jacksonville, you gotta help get defensive pieces and also try to find pieces to build around Trevor Lawrence, and also for the Jets too, to build around Zach Wilson.
Yeah. I'm actually on the same page as Tim here. If I'm Jacksonville, and I even said this last year, if I'm Jacksonville, you got the number one pick, you had a lot of holes, you trade out. You trade out, get as many assets as you can, and let whoever take, the stud quarterback. And I said that last year. Yeah, Lawrence was, the can't miss first overall pick, but you're going into a team that's pretty much rebuilding from the ground up. I don't think that was a perfect fit for Lawrence. Yes, I think he's going to be a decent quarterback, but I think Jacksonville definitely, both Jets and Jacksonville, both get out of Dodge if they're in the top three pick. Lions, if they're the top pick, they're probably going to go with the stud quarterback, maybe an offensive lineman. Who knows what the Detroit's going to do. Yes, Jacksonville or Jets did pick Hutchinson out of Michigan back in the day. So, I mean, that's one thing is a lot of teams aren't, they go with the commodity, the big name. They don't go for, what they might need in those first few picks. So, but we see the Browns placed wide receiver or Titans placed wide receiver Brown on the injury reserve list. So that might be hurting them a little bit. Chris, you got any other updated news? Who's in, who's out?
I'm just seeing here Jimmy Garoppolo not expected to return for 49ers next year.
Yeah, we saw that. You're right, Tim. I am mistaken. You're talking this year. I get what you're saying now. I get what you're saying. My bad. So, yeah. So there is reports that Jimmy G might be out. Mayfield might be out of the Browns. I mean, we kind of saw it with Jimmy G. I mean, they drafted Lawrence, or not Lawrence. They Trevor Lance. So, Niners are probably looking to move Jimmy G. So, Tim is saying Corey Davis is out. So, So, Loro, you got anything, any injury updates that you've seen at all that we're missing?
Not really, no.
I just see running back Mitchell's expected to play for the Niners. So, all right, guys, we're at that time. Let's go around the room. Loro, what you got on tap for MI6 and yourself today?
Extra point tonight at 9 p.m. Pacific time, and then you also have Wild Sports Talk returning on Monday.
Okay, and what game you calling today? I know you like doing that. What game you calling today?
I'm doing Patriots Titans, and then I'm doing Ravens and Browns.
All right, go. Good luck with that. Hopefully that works out for you, Chris. What you got on tap for? What do we got on tap for C2C this week?
We got the music show called Sunday Spin. It's back today, and then we also have Between the Ropes covering the events of SmackDown and Raw this past week.
Okay,
so that's what's going on tonight.
Yeah, along with that, Monday, Four Bros returns, or Coast to Coast Bros returns for their awesome episode. Tuesday, last week, some things came up, so we couldn't have Entertainment Hour. We apologize. This week, we are going to have Entertainment Hour. Myself, Randy, and Chris will be breaking down some singers that were in movies. And we're also going to break down songs that have been covered by other groups and bands and singers. So watch out for that. And then we also have Tuesday Night Mania. We also have Joe has a show. Joe has a show on some nutrition show, right? How to look good or something like that on Tuesdays. Chris?
I believe that's
Yeah.
it, yeah.
And then Wednesday we got the Bo and Joe show. Bo and Joe show as Sports Minute.
Yep.
And then Thursday, kicking it with Isaiah and Ace, GMs for Hire. We got a bunch of content on C2C, so keep checking us out. Keep checking out MI6. And once again, check out Bo Dean Sanders' book, Race Against Race. It's a tongue twister, and it's really not that hard, but check it out. I've been reading it so far. Like I said, it's a pretty good book. So check it out. It's on Amazon. If you're looking to buy it, it's on Amazon. If you can't find it, give us a shout out. We'll get out to Bo Dean, and he may have a copy in his back pocket. So with that being said, guys, it's been a fun show. Week 12 is underway. Only a few more weeks until playoff, guys. So with that being said, you guys all check us out next week on the Morning Tailgate. Have a good Sunday afternoon of football.